the Halloween-themed episode of Mighty Mac Week in Review. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm Immaculata head baseball coach Brian Torsani, a.k.a. BTOR12.
And I'm Immaculata head women's soccer coach Lisa Parsons. Cross country had a great showing this weekend at the Immaculata Invitational. Here's how they did.
The women's team won the event, and Diana Cusick took home first place and was named CSAC Runner of the Week and Mighty Mac of the Week. Now look at that men's captain. He's not a kid running from house to house trick-or-treating. He's actually just winning his race. The men's team took third place, but Angel Chamal Rodriguez took home another individual title and was named CSAC Runner of the Week yet again.
We're joined here today on the show by Immaculata cross-country runners Emily Lowe and Angel Chamal Rodriguez. Guys, thanks for coming on.
Of course.
So the Mighty Macs did really well in their last meet. Emily, can you tell the viewers at home a little bit about it?
Well, it was our last home meet, and it was my last home meet. It was kind of sad. It was actually really well. We won overall. Diana came in first. We had top 15 runners, pretty much all Immaculata. We came in, 14? No, 10, 12, and 13, something like that. So it was like bam, bam, bam. So we did really well. A lot of powerful runners out there.
And then, Angel, I had to take a look at some of your awards you won this year, just because they're a laundry list. This is just a few. You were Runner of the Week 4 times. You were Mighty Mac of the Week. You finished second at the Highlander Invitational, among many other things. So you've had a great season yourself. Congratulations. With the championships coming up on Saturday, how are you feeling personally and the team collectively?
Well, first of all, I think the team is going to do well. I believe a lot in the girls. They have a huge chance of winning. For the guys, I think we're going to do well as well. Probably going to do better than last year because every year we're having a better year. We have issues with injuries and struggles with everyone, but I think for the championship we're going to do well. For myself, I feel a little confident because I've been training so hard. So I think coming to the championship and training in the summer, it's going to help me to do better and still be with them.
Just a little side note on training hard. It was a few weeks ago. You don't know this, but I was going from the library back to my apartment, driving the speed limit and all that, and I just see someone in my rearview mirror running up, and you actually passed you were running faster than my car. So, and this was just on a Tuesday morning, so I'm like, wow, he's training hard, he's going to have a good year. And obviously, with all the awards, it's obvious you have had a good year. And it is the Halloween episode. We like to have some fun. Can you tell us maybe your favorite previous Halloween costume from years past?
You go first. No, you go first.
You're the lady, come on.
Okay. I guess my favorite Halloween costume was when I was really little. I dressed up as a clown, and I was in the newspaper for Emmy the Clown with a little, a dog. So a dog and I were the front page newspaper.
Very cool.
So that was my favorite Halloween costume.
Nice. With me was the Star Wars Jedi, and my little brother was the little green
Yoda?
Yoda. So it was really fun, and we actually made it for the newspaper as well. And since every 31st they do a spooky race, we always dress up.
You ran as those Star Wars characters.
Yes,
That's
and
awesome.
we always win the costume.
Did you win the race too?
Yes. Yeah, I did.
The costume and the race, not a bad deal. Guys, good luck on Saturday in the championships. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
The women's tennis team looked to continue their record-setting season this past weekend at the CSAC semifinals against number 3 Marywood. Let's take a look at how they did.
The Macs women won 2 of 3 doubles with Lauren Degnan and Kelly Gross, and Jenna Frattarelli and Caitlin Savage winning their matches. In singles play, Degnan and Gross also picked up wins to make it 4-4 heading into the final set, in the final match where Kara Trowbridge had a 3-set battle and eventually fell 7-5 to lose 5-4 and end their season at 11-4. The All-CSAC Awards were released for women's tennis last week, and the Macs had a team record 7 team members recognized. In singles, Kelly Gross was named first team All-CSAC, Annalise Camboraglos and Kara Trowbridge were named second team All-CSAC, and Jenna Frattarelli was named honorable mention All-CSAC. In doubles, Degnan and Gross, Camboraglos and Trowbridge, and Savage and Frattarelli were all named second team All-CSAC, and McDermott was named to the CSAC All-Sportsmanship team. Congrats, ladies.
Congratulations again to all the girls. I was following the match on Twitter. I think it was something more than 5 hours long, and I know that last hour it got really intense, very exciting. I'm updating Twitter, yelling at my phone. My neighbors probably thought I was crazy, but again, congrats to all the girls. On to the pitch. Joe Clementi's got the Mighty Macs playing well. The men's soccer team, best record since 2009. Looking for a playoff spot, first time since 2012. They're looking to clinch that spot against Centenary. Here are the highlights. Trailing in the first half, sophomore Ben Giloretto sends this beautiful free kick into the box, and Steve Smith rises up, gets a head on it, but the goalie makes a great stop to keep it 1-0 at the break. Alex Noel running around the neighborhood, house to house, trying to get some candy. Trick or treat. The Centenary goalie says, "Oh, just get one piece." Alex Noel says, "No, I'm taking the whole bowl." Look at that goal, the floater from the right side, an absolute beauty. The Cyclones would try to counter quickly with a breakaway opportunity, but the junior goalie Joe Lebonsky comes up with this crucial sliding save to keep the game tied. You know why Kyle Jumlon loves Halloween so much? Carving up pumpkins. You know what he does on the soccer field? Carves up the defense, takes on 3 defenders, rips a shot from the 20-yard line, and puts it inside netting. Mighty Macs up 2-1 with just 7 minutes to go. Tick, 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 tick. Not much time left. Centenary tries to get the equalizer in the waning moments, throws the ball in, but Joe Lebonsky comes out, makes the save, holds on to it. The Mighty Macs win the game 2-1. Congratulations to Coach Clementi and the entire men's soccer team on clinching the playoff spot. They have 2 more games this season. Tonight on the road at Cabrini, and then hosting Cairn on Saturday for Senior Day.
The women's team had 2 home games last week as we look to stay in contention for playoffs. We started with Summit. Here are the highlights.
In the second half, trailing 1-0, Erica Buckley gives Summit an early Halloween scare when she chips this shot over the goalie's net. It takes a high bounce and glances off the crossbar to keep the Macs down by a goal. Summit would look to extend their lead to 2 goals later in the second half, but Liz McBride is at it again, and she's there to make the stop to keep IU in the game. On a corner kick, as the Macs still seek the equalizer, Emily Gardiaz gets a solid strike on the ball, but it sails high and the Macs would fall 1-0. On Saturday, prior to the game, the team honored 4 seniors playing in their final game at Draper Walsh Stadium. Rachel Gugasian, Elizabeth McBride, Kamisha Speller, and Caitlin Taylor all played in their final contest. In the first half of the scoreless game, Elizabeth Dudas takes a loose ball as it comes to her feet, 35 yards out, and she hits the shot, but it trickles wide and to keep it scoreless. Trick or treat, Morgan McDonough says trick. As she takes this pass from Elizabeth Dudas, she makes a move around the goalie and hits a shot that finds the back of the net for an 1-0 IU lead. After Rosemont tied the game, they were looking for more, but Elizabeth McBride is there with one of her saves on the day to keep the game tied, but the Ravens would add 2 more later and defeat the Macs 3-1.
With the loss, IU was eliminated from playoff contention, but will play Del Val tonight before closing their season on Thursday at Cabrini.
Field hockey had a crucial week last week, starting with Senior Day match against Newman. Here are the highlights.
Prior to the start of the game, the Macs honored Gina Rucci and Patsy Murphy, who were playing in their final games on Draper Walsh turf. IU got off to a fast start as Nicole Dominic does it all herself, carrying the ball down the right side and hitting the shot at an impossible angle, finds the back of the net and puts the Mighty Macs in a 1-0 lead. Leading by a goal, our own Sarah Pasternak comes up with a big kick save to clear the ball out of trouble and keep the Macs up 1-0. Now trailing by a score of 4-1, the Macs continue to pressure, and Patsy Murphy was looking for a Senior Day tally, but she's stopped by the defender on the doorstep. Meg Dunnigan would not be denied in the second half as she gets her own rebound and dives to the ground, puts the goal in to score the second goal on the day for the Mighty Macs, but they would end up losing by a final score of 5-2. IU lost at Cabrini on Saturday by a final score of 4-0 and will wrap up their season with 2 road games this week at Notre Dame and at Cedar Crest.
The volleyball team lost a pair of matches in CSAC last week, but they hosted their Dig Pink game against Cedar Crest. Here are the highlights.
The The Max would put away the first set as Molly Truitt gets the dig, Miranda Jones gets the set, and Tess Kiefer gets the big spike to win the first set 25-9. In the second set, Morgan Wentz uses her height to block the Falcons' spike attempt to put the Max up 2-0 in the sets. In the beginning of the third set, Arden Vizard shows off the hustle, diving to save the ball and put it back over, and the Falcons are unable to return it for the IU point. Vizard would finish off the victory with a big spike as IU won the third set 25-6 to win the match and clinch their second straight CSAC playoff berth.
Congratulations to Coach Holdren and her team. Volleyball will host their senior day this Saturday against Marywood. And congrats to golf on finishing their season at the Rutgers Canva Invitational. McKenna Toohey led the team with a low 77.
We want to thank you guys for tuning in to this week's episode of Mighty Mac Week in Review. Make sure you have a happy and safe Halloween. To all the teams finishing up their seasons, good luck. Just a little tip for all you trick-or-treaters from my dad. Put the Reese's in the freezer, Sarah. That's what you got to do.
Reese's.
Reese's or Reese's?
Reese's.
Put the Reese's in the freezer. Again, tune in next week for a brand new episode of Mighty Mac Week in Review. I'm Coach Brian Torsani.
And I'm Coach Lisa Parsons. And go Max.